Hey, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me for another Master Lock style Tai Chi and Qi Gong class. So let's begin with a right hand in a fist, please. Left hand straight and pull back the thumb. Feet together, hands together, and we press forwards. And there is our another student who's been struggling to get in and stay in today, poor thing. Okay, so let's begin with a little warm-up. We're going to just go into shoulder width and level, and we're just going to swing and bounce. Welcome, welcome. If you can pop yourself on mute, that would be great. Thank you. Good stuff. So swing and bounce. This is a Qi Gong, and I never learned the name of it. So we'll call it the swing and bounce Qi Gong. Very, very useful for getting the energy flowing. The bounce in the body drives the movement. Good, and I want you to breathe. Feel that little suspension and weightedness through the bounce. Lovely. Okay, now we go on to the dolphin slap. So like the tail of the dolphin slapping the water. And again, we want the bounce to really drive the movement. Breathe and relax. Now, I have seen this movement done much more like this. You can give it a go if you like. It's a bit more extreme. This is a bit more like Shaolin style. But to be honest, it's also Taoist. I've seen Taoist style being a bit more extreme as well. But this is enough. Okay, you just do what is comfortable. Good. I think quite often as Tai Chi and Qi Gong are brought to the West, swing please, like you're walking, but a bit more vigorous. Yes, as exercises come from the East to the West, we do tend to dilute them down, to soften them a bit more, to make them a bit less extreme, just for our consumption. Some of the exercises done in China are really quite extreme. And, you know, folks in their, starting maybe in their 50s, still relatively young, are able to cope. But if we have been sedentary or just not very full-bodied in our movement, let's try this one, for a long time, going straight to extreme exercise is more likely to cause issue. And it's better to start soft and gentle and build up to the more full-on versions of the exercise. But it is quite nice to build towards it and to know that there is something a little bit more to go. But as I say, the various styles have different levels of extremeness. Anyway, good. Okay, so let's now do the butterfly. So we come back to center and we bounce and up and over. So you can start small if you like, and with each bounce you can go a little bit bigger. Now, I'm not sure what it's like where you are, but it has been quite cold here in the last few days. Northern winds. Change direction, please. So you could use this as a winter warm-up, or just if it is a nice, cool, breezy summer's day. Not sure I'd want to do it in full heat. Good. And now we're going to do out and in, wrapping, but this time wrapping with a bounce. So that changes it, doesn't it? Even though we're used to doing our wrapping and twisting, now we're wrapping and twisting with a bounce, and feel the difference. Good, and we've done the butterfly one way, so guess what? We're going to do it the other way. A kind of like a backstroke, but not a backstroke. Reverse butterfly. Ready? And backwards. I don't think we did that already, did we? Breathe. Open and close your chest with a bounce. Are you feeling awake? Getting that energy moving? Good. Let's relax the arms down and just circle those shoulders. Still with the bounce. It's a little bit softer though. Oh, isn't that lovely? Very releasing, relaxing. Let's change direction. We come forwards. You might find that some movements are more relaxing than others. Some are more tasty, if you know what I mean. I prefer going back to going forwards. Let's go one at a time, back. And I'm still giving it a little bounce, just as a theme today. Oh, lovely. Are you getting cracks and crunches? Releasing those bits of stagnation. Good stuff. And let's walk forwards. Breathe. If you can, breathe through your nose. Both in and out through your nose. Good. And let's come back to center and we'll take a deep breath and lift. And breathing out. Good. And again, breathe in. And let go. Breathe out. One more time. You'll notice I prefer the slow release. If you like, you could do the let go like that. Yeah, I mean, it's fine actually, it's fine, but I prefer, being a control freak, I prefer to be in control of my release rather than to just let go and trust that it will be okay. It's a very good way to go, but you have options, you always have options. Let's do a little rock on the heels. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm rocking on one foot and then the other, like a little, one of those little exercise machines. Don't know what they're called. Good. Good. Let's bring the arms to the side. Turn the palms and keep the elbows slightly bent. We're going to think of lifting a heavy weight in the hands, and as you do, lengthen up through the top of the head. Turn the palms, and as you breathe out with control, lower down. You can use the healing sound of who to do this. If you want to use healing sounds, in general we tend to use the sound who, which is the stomach spleen meridian. We turn the palms, we breathe in, lengthen up through the top of the head, turn the palms, and with control, who, down. Good. And again, breathe in, lift, and turn. Very good. And relax the arms down, and then let's just do a little bounce on the heels. Good, and let everything go nice and floppy, wobbly. This is your 100 ailments go away. I like to lift up the arms and do a little bit with the wrists going floppy. This is the Spring Forest Qi Gong version. And relax down. Very good. Let's just do a little bit of Wuji, and we're going to do Master Locks Wuji. So we bring the heels together and the toes a little bit apart. So this is not just one master's version, this is Wu style. Or you could say Taoist style Qigong. So heels together, toes a little bit apart, and lengthen up through the top of the head, bringing the chin slightly down and back, and allow yourself to calm down. Listen to your body. Notice how your system is responding to the exercises you've just done, and now to the stillness and calm. Listen behind you. And let's lengthen all 10 fingers gently down. Good. Now we're going to do our Phoenix in Graceful Clouds of Blessing form. I haven't done it front facing with mirror for a while, and I'm going to do it that way today for the first round, as not everyone in the class has actually studied this full form. So it'll give you a chance to see the hand positions. We're mirroring. So if you get completely lost, don't worry, you can just watch, and we will do a back view in a second. So let's lengthen up, keep the top of the head up, the chin slightly down and back. We breathe and relax down through the body, down into the feet, down into the floor, calming down and listening behind. Ready? Start. Check posture, please. Top of the head up, chin down and back. Release. Relax shoulders and elbows. Feel into your hands. And we're going to close your left foot in. Well done. Good. Good stuff. So that was a little front view just to show you. And also it gave me the lovely opportunity to have a look at you as you did the form as well, and you did very well. So now we're going to do the same again, but I'm going to show the back view. So we're all doing the same thing. However, we're getting to the stage that it's time to open up our mind and challenge ourselves that little bit. So we're going to do it on one side, and then straight away we're going to do it on the other side. Now this has a strange effect on the brain because it's all very familiar. You know all these steps, but you're not used to doing it so much on the second side. So this is a great leveler. For those who are just starting the class, it should make no difference to you which direction you're doing it in because it's all new. And if you have been doing it for a long time, it is time now to break the mold and stop just using the body memory, but actually start to re-engage with the material and see if you can work it out on the other side. So this is a fabulous method for increasing the volume of your work and continuing your development without necessarily actually learning a single new step. But it'll feel new because it's on the other side. It will feel odd. It's a bit like you're right-handed and you're used to writing with your right hand, and I say, okay, put the pen in your left hand and now do mirror writing in the opposite direction. You have all the tools, you just have to work out actually how to do it. So I'm going to give you a moment to have a wee drink and reevaluate whether it was a good idea to come today. Hopefully you'll still think, yes, yes it is, challenge, good, cheers. I may be drinking a pint pot, but it is not beer. It's vinegar and water. Apple cider vinegar is my morning drink today. Okay, so are you ready? We're going to do all the way through the first time as you have learned it. We're going to go quite steady because I'd like the rhythm and speed on both sides to be the same. So I don't want to rush through the first side and then slow down for the second side. Neither do I want to try to rush through the second side, though in a way that might help. Don't give you time to think so that you just have to do it. But instead we will do a nice leisurely pace. I want you to breathe, feel your way, and of course I'm doing it with you so I can guide you if you get a bit lost or confused, but just see how you get on. Think of it like a fun exploration rather than, oh, what is she doing to my brain? Just have fun. Okay, ready? All right. Let's lengthen up, please. And relax down. Take a moment to calm. Fingers gently lengthen to the floor. Phoenix in Graceful Clouds of Blessing in both directions. Ready? And right hand under. Expand and step. Now from here, rather than closing, we're going to take the hand that's at the back, the left hand scoops under the ball and the fist opens. So there you're in hug ball. We expand the ball, rotate, and the foot that is forward stays forwards as we step. Relax down and expand. And I'm going to fix my position. You may need to do the same as we do our second heaven and earth rotation. So we have begun our second side. Now we have sun and moon rotation. Turn, look into the palm and press. Release, mist forming pearl. Triple burner section. Pierce, release, square up. Fill your back, fill your hands. And Immortal rides the donkey. Left hand in fist this time. Turn palms, relax down through center, down into the feet. And open, pierce, phoenix, opening its wing. Sit back. Left hand in fist. Release. Dragon chasing phoenix. Right hand does the big circle. Square up. Sit back. Swimming dragon. And scoop. Feeling up your back, over your head, flip the feet, relax down the front and get the knee above the toes. Scoop and sit back and down as you stretch forwards and up. Right hand into fist, swallow down and open. Floating up and scoop. Feel the ball between your hands. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps back and turn. Left hand over, right hand over. Again, left up and expand. Phoenix couple, return home. This time we finish. And this time we close left. Very good. I dread to think, what should I ask you? Did you enjoy that? How did you get on? Dodgy? Oh, you see, the person who has never done it before did well and is happy. Everyone else is going, So. Would you like to try it again? Yes? Okay. So the question is, do you want to do both sides again, or would you just like to focus on the second side? So thumbs up for both sides. okay. Doesn't matter to the person who's new. Do you see what I mean? So one of my, well, a guest teacher, he's not really someone I study with very often, but a gentleman who teaches Yang style, from a lineage also from Hong Kong, came over one time and was saying that actually the way he was taught to change sides mid form. You know, if he was in a sitting room and he ran out of room, rather than stopping and shifting, he would just swap over to doing the same form from the same place on the other side. Can you imagine the neural plasticity required to actually flip sides mid-form? It'd be incredible. He was saying even with saber, and when I learned a bit of saber with him, that's exactly what he asked us to do. He would show us a movement that would be brand new to us, and he'd say, okay, play with that, and then work it out on the other side, here and now. So actually, if you do that as you learn something, you're already working it out on the other side. It gives you immediate neural plasticity. So it actually means that you are improving your connectivity and your adaptability in every situation as you go. Whereas if we learn something by rote, just sort of, you know, follow the path and keep following the path again and again, we become quite brittle in our learning and in our thinking, that it's one way or not. It's either right or wrong. But actually, if we work things out as we go on the other side, we end up being able to adapt and adjust instantaneously, which is a much more agile way of training the brain. So it is very useful, folks, to do this mirroring work. It's not just a brain teaser, it actually teaches your brain adaptability, and by doing that, it reduces stress. So even though it can be stressful as we initially practice, as we continue to work on neural plasticity, we become much more laid back and comfortable with the helter-skelter that is life. You know, we're constantly being given challenges in life that we have to adapt and work through. So this is like a school for adaptability. By working out things on the other side, we learn, okay, now I can just relax and breathe. I can apply all my calm techniques to adapting to a scenario as I do it, rather than just if it is the controlled situation that I'm used to. So hopefully that's making some sense to you, and if not, never mind, it's a good mental exercise. So we're going to come together. Sorry, thought I had a pin in my foot there. It's just my sock. Okay, are we ready? So this, both sides again, but this time let's just go a little bit quicker. And you might think that's cruel, but actually it doesn't give you time to worry about it. Just let your body and your mind flow. And if you get lost, I'm here, follow me. And hopefully I'll get it right. Okay, are we ready? We lengthen up. Deep breath, calm yourself down, let go. Listening behind. Ready? Phoenix and Graceful Clouds of Blessing, both sides. Start. Oh dear, look at that. I went to close on autopilot, but let's go from here because this is also an option. So this time we bring the left hand under, we stretch and turn and step right. So that wasn't the smoothest transition, but not bad. Okay, keep going. Relax to center, point to the floor, and close. Well done. Okay, so a moment's wandering of the mind can make all the difference. If your mind wanders, yeah, you can see what happened with me. I don't know where my mind was, but just for a moment, I was just on autopilot, and therefore I forgot about the transition from one form to the other. So things can happen. I'd like you to remind yourself that Tai Chi means supreme ultimate. We are aiming for perfection. The very name Tai Chi suggests perfection, but we are imperfect beings. Our bodies aren't perfect. So we run the perfect system through an imperfect system, and by doing that, it becomes even more perfect. It becomes a unique personal expression rather than just cookie cutter Tai Chi, that everyone's doing it perfectly, exactly the same. How boring would that be if we were all perfect and exactly the same? So enjoy the mistakes, enjoy the unexpected expressions and whoopsie daisy moments. It's all part of the journey. Was that any easier this time? Ah, silence was the loud reply. Yes, okay, I got a thumbs up. Good. Is that another thumbs up? Yeah, good, good, good. Okay, so you can use the video, please, to repeat, repeat, repeat to try doing both sides. And I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it will get. In fact, every time you do a repetition, you'll probably find it'll be about 10 to 15% easier than it was the last time. Because this is material that you know, it's just material that you know trying to do it in a different way. You know? So that's, in a way, that's harder than learning a new step, is to do a step you know, but on the other side. And if you think that you should be able to do that more easily, you try writing with your non-dominant hand and see how easy that is. It's not easy. So I think it's excellent because, as I say, you can have a completely new form to work with, but not having to learn any new steps at all. And if you think, oh, I'm really struggling with this, let me give you a wee tip. Fake it till you make it. I want you to stand like a Tai Chi practitioner. We want to lengthen up through the top of the head, the chin down and back. We want to keep that graceful, confident aspect. And it's amazing how good you can perform, really faking it just by getting all those little details that we do right at the beginning, the absolute foundation work of Tai Chi. As long as you keep your posture, whatever you do will be good. As long as you keep your structure, whatever you do will be good. Even if you're hesitant, you're still doing good Tai Chi. But what we tend to do, if we're not sure, that comes into our body language and we lose posture. We're like, oh, but what am I doing? And we lose the structure. So it reminds me of singing lessons. I've started watching singing lessons on the TV to try and get my own voice better, just for fun. And I'm fascinated by the way that they're giving these exercises, and they're telling people, we're going to make an ugly noise now. Don't worry about it. Go for it. Enjoy the ugly noise. And same, and if you're doing your Tai Chi and you're trying to work something out, it's going to be ugly. But that's fine. Embrace that and stick to the core principles. Okay, well, at least I'm going to keep this up. At least I'm going to keep this down. At least I'm going to keep my shoulders relaxed. At least I'm going to relax down to center. And now I'm just going to do it. And what you expect to be ugly, all of a sudden will be beautiful. So there's a lot of psychology within Tai Chi. If you approach it with the graceful attitude of just doing a bit of Tai Chi, even if you're not sure if you're doing it right, it will come across beautifully. Whereas if you're embodying the confusion and, oh, but what am I doing? You're letting go of the foundation work, and then it's not so enjoyable. So fake it till you make it. Literally, do it as if you were doing it perfectly, and you'll find that you're doing it really well. Okay, so how would it be if we leave the Phoenix for now? I'm actually thinking maybe I should show you the transition between the two sides so that you can have a better look at that, and then we'll do a wee bit of Immortals just to finish. So let me show you that transition. Oh, sorry. I was crouched in an awkward position there. Okay, so the transition between the two sides, the last movement that you have in the Phoenix form is the Phoenix couple return home. So you have just done your expansion and you've come underneath and turned and drawn in towards your chest with the top hand and fist, untwisting and following, and you do that twice. Now, if you're going on to do the second side, rather than releasing the fist and stepping back, as we did that time because I forgot, rather than doing that, you can just open the fist and the hand that's at the back scoops under the bowl. So there you've a little bowl, and that's like the beginning of the form where you scoop under, and then we simply expand the bowl. And as you turn the bowl, the foot that's already forwards steps forwards a little bit further. and that brings you in to your first of the heaven and earth rotations. See what I mean? So I'll show you that as we do it, back view, just the end of that movement. So if we're doing it, hold on a sec, yeah. Okay, so we've just done our reverse rolling clouds and turned right, left, right, and expand. So the right hand swings under, cross wrists, turn to the right, draw in, top hand in fist, chase the fist with a half step. That's your first of the couple. Now the left hand up, right hand down. We swing, left hand under, turn and step, top hand in fist, chase the fist with a half step. So rather than stepping back as we would normally do, we now open the fist and bring the back hand underneath. So your right hand is on top, your left hand is underneath, and we're going to stretch the ball and turn the ball and keep the front foot forwards to step. And there you have transitioned onto the second round of the form. So let's do that once more just together, just to get the feel of it. So we'll go from here. Ready? We swing, turn, draw in and chase. Left hand up, swing, turn, step and chase. Open the fist and scoop the left hand under. Stretch and turn the ball and step. Good. Okay, one more time. You'll find if this form is new to you, that last step is a bit, it's a bit difficult anyway. But just follow as best you can. Ready? From here. And we swing, right hand under, turn the body. Draw both arms in, the top hand into fist, chase the fist. Half step. And swing, turn the waist, draw in, top hand in fist, chase the fist. Now the fist opens and the back hand comes under, expand, turn, step. And there we've transitioned to the first step on the other side. Well done. And rest. Good. So I'd like you to play with this. Now, of course, if you're struggling with the first side, just play with the first side. But as that teacher, that guest teacher did encourage us to do, even as you're struggling with the first side, try working it out on the second side. Because that time of struggle is not wasted effort. That's actually our learning window. When we're struggling, it is really like there's someone at the telephone exchange with all the little plugs pulled out and they're going, where do I put all these? So this is your moment to form new connections in your neural net. So if you only ever do the one way of plugging everything in, then your body will only ever want to do that one way, and you will miss the opportunity to have the flexibility to go, okay, I can do it this way, but I could also do it this way. And by kneading the different ways into the dough right at the beginning, it makes it much easier to have that plasticity. So those who have got the form under their belt, it's actually more difficult for you to start to work it out on the other side than if you had done it at the beginning. But I know even myself, I remember thinking, I've got enough on my plate, thank you very much. Let me just work it out on the one side. It's fair enough. Actually, it just means that you are having to pull out all the stops and start again. And that's also good. There's never a bad time to work on neural plasticity. But if you never do it, you're missing a trick. You're missing a great opportunity to bring the brain and the body into better and more flexible a relationship. Oh, goodness me, we've only 5 minutes left. Okay, so let's do a little bit of work on the Immortals. And instead of doing the whole form, let's just do one aspect. So is there anything that is really screaming out to you in the Immortals that you would like to cover, folks? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No? Okay, I'll give you one. Okay, so we're going to look at the flying dragon. So the flying dragon is actually a simple movement, seemingly complex because we're turning in the space. So let's look at the simple movement, please. Can we go into horse stance and grab a big ball? And we're going to swing the ball up and over. So you may recognize this as sunshine fills the halls. It's one of the most simple exercises in Master Locke's vocabulary of movement. And yet, if we start turning the body, it becomes complex. This is a triple burner exercise, so you may recognize it. It's similar to the movements we did in the Phoenix. Good. And just for fun, let's go all the way up to the top, and we'll draw an S shape. Roll the ball against your belly, and now we've changed direction. Very good. So this is very useful for general energetic circulation. It is useful to regulate your body temperature and to warm you up if you're cold. So you can have a play with this one. Good. So easy, right? Couldn't be easier. Well done, and rest. Take a breath. But watch what happens when we add a few steps to it. Yeah? Not so easy now. So this is the beauty of Tai Chi. If you take two simple building blocks, throw them together, we get something that looks very rich and complex and yummy. Let's just have a look at the footwork, shall we? I'm just thinking what's before this. It's grasping bird's tail. Yeah, so we're actually here to begin. Okay, so just let's look at the footwork. So we're going to lift the right toes and turn them out. And we're going to feed the weight onto the right. And you can fix the left foot as needed, but we're going to step to the diagonal with the left foot turning the toes in. That's right. Hold on, give us a second, sorry. It's hard to do without the arms. Yes, and then the right foot back and fix the left foot. Okay, it's actually easier to do with the arms. Can we try it? So it's on the diagonal, but for the purposes of this exercise, let's do it left to right just for a second. So let's go to the left side. Left foot is in front. We're going to get the ball and swing it down. Now, just to make it physically easier, you don't have to do this, but let's turn the left toes in to begin. So you're pigeon-toed just for a second and turn the right foot out. Swing your ball up and step your back foot through and turn the toes in again. And now step the right foot back and fix your front toes as you relax down. And we finish with your right palm facing up and your left palm facing out. Let's do it again. So go to your left side and turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out, swing the arms up, step the left foot, turning the toes in, step the right foot back and fix your front toes as you relax down. One more time. So we're going to turn in, turn out step. Throw the arms up, step through, turn the toes in, step back, turn the toes in. Very good. And rest. Good. So this is this principle. If you want to turn, you have to turn your toes. So you're either turning in like this, like a rite of spring type movement, or you have to turn out a little bit. And the combination of the two gets you round. So if you just watch, please. You don't actually have to start turning in, but it does make it easier. So we're going to turn in, turn out, swing, turn in as you step, and turn out the back foot to turn in the front foot. So it's as much about turning in and turning out as it is stepping. That's what gets us round. One last time, please, together. Ready? Turn in the front foot, turn out the back foot, swing the arms up, step through, turning in, and step the other foot back, turning out, fix the front foot, turning in. Relax down. Well done, and rest. So that's something to play with the video and in your own time, just to see if you can get that nice and smooth transition with this beautiful sunshine fills the halls. So if it was too much for you, don't worry. Practice sunshine fills the halls. I want you to feel the difference between the weightedness at the bottom and the lightness at the top, just like all that bouncing that we did at the beginning of class. If you let go into it, you will feel how gravity and the energy that you've thrown into the limb creates a lightness before the heaviness comes in again. Do you see what I mean? I want the same lightness and heaviness with control, but you'll still feel it. That's something to play with. So choreography is one thing, but expression is something else. As I said, fake it till you make it. You want to feel the expression of the movement, and that it's not everything, but it creates a beautiful dynamic. So yes, I'm a technician when it comes to Tai Chi, but technique only takes you so far. Then you want to have the expression which takes you the rest of the way. So fake it till you make it. Keep your structure, relax to center, and express yourself and see what happens. We'd better finish, folks, for today. So let's finish off with just a twist and pat, unlike the bounce and swing that we did earlier. Now we just twist and just say thank you to your body. And let's go down the legs. Just give everything a little bit of love. Cup your hands so that it's a nice, comfortable experience. And up the body again. The other day there was a lady in class whose shoulders were very painful, and to touch them like this was not an option. So if that's the case, you can just hold an area and breathe into it. And it can give relief without the shock, without the uncomfortable flinching. So we never want to flinch, we want to enjoy the experience, and that helps the energy to flow. If we're flinching away from it, it's not so pleasant. So we have to adapt to how we feel. Good. Down the back, brush, 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 brush. Letting go of stale energy and welcoming fresh energy in. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed your a little bit challenging class, but challenge is wonderful. It propels us forwards. It helps us towards mastery. So thank you so much and happy practicing. See you next time. Thank you.